Dear Future Me, Diary Entry, 18th of April 2026. Last week I said this. I am working on some new cover songs as well as playing around with the foot drum, which is probably something I'll show you next week. Now I thought I was going to be looking at the percussion that I use with this video diary this week, but what happened is that I set the drum up, took out my tablet with the music on, put it down, and it didn't work. So this week has been sorting out how I use my tablet, my prompters. So when it comes to using tablets or prompters, there is quite a large group of people that are either black or white. You can use it or you don't use it. And I think there's a grey area in between. And I think that grey area in between probably incorporates those people that do use it to more extent, which is that you need to be able to use this prompter in a way that doesn't interfere your interaction with your audience, so that you can still look at your audience and you can still engage with your audience rather than just looking down at your prompter or your tablet and playing it like you were sat in your bedroom. So I think that's an important thing. If you look at Squeeze, Glenn Tilbrook, Chris Difford, they both used prompters, which were iPads on stands, and they used a Bluetooth page turner that was on the floor. There is stuff like postmodern jukebox, which really kind of presents itself more like some kind of orchestra and band. And why is it that if you're a violin player in an orchestra, you can have music? So if you're a fiddle player in a band, then having music is problematic. I'm not sure why. A good friend of mine, Vin, right? We used to have conversations about one of his favorite performers, which was Bruce Springsteen. And Bruce Springsteen is known for using a prompter. Primarily, it's suggested that the prompters are being used to enable him and his band to respond to requests for songs that maybe he doesn't immediately know. And I think in an article, Bruce refers to the prompter as the little man or the man under the stage. I'll put the article up for you to have a look at. So, some very well-known, some very adept performers use it. One of the companies that provides prompters lists a whole bunch of entertainers, a whole bunch of musicians that use prompters, including Metallica, I believe, Eric Clapton, and things like, a lot of the pop stars. You'll see the list as it goes down. So having a prompter or having a tablet, I don't see as being an issue. Again, as I said, I think it's more about how you use it responsibly to assist you rather than to take over and take your time by staring at the prompter. Now, I've set up my systems in a couple of ways. I have a cajon sit down, and then I also have a foot drum set up, and I use tablets for either of those. Let me show you those now. So here's the position that I sit in when I'm playing the farmer's foot drum. By the way, that's Eddie. He's asleep in here with me today. You can see that I've got the tablet available, and what I have done previously is just to lean forward and touch to go forward and back, different screens. So in my setup, over here to the right is the pedal board, and that's for a conversation for another time. Again, Sid's just walked in. There you go, Sid. But one of the things is the page turner here, which is a Bluetooth. So I could use that to turn the pages rather than leaning forward and turning them like this. The other setup I have is this cajon and hi-hat. Let me just turn around, sit down on this, and you can see that I have access to the music sheets in the same way that I have on the foot drum. So I'm going to show you some examples of tablets that I've used in the way that I've set them up over recent years and what some of the issues are. So let me very quickly take you through the kind of history of the prompts that I've used when I've been performing in previous years. So started off with like the standard folio folder. Did start off with a ring binder and then moved to something like this. And then was very fortunate that my sister-in-law was able to and gifted me one of the very early iPads. And then I had to struggle with finding the software that I could use with the iPad so that I could use my music sheets. And my music sheets were essentially written in Microsoft Word, then output and saved as PDF files. I think there's a video just showing you that now. I bought myself a second-hand or a refurbed iPad Air. From that, put that to one side. Then with not a lot of very good research and Amazon having a deal day, I got one of these Fire tablets, and the screen resolution was such that I could get a full page in here, very akin to the larger one. This one particularly is cropped, and this has been fine. So I use Dropbox to put files on each of the tablets, and this week on the Fire tablet, the Dropbox app stopped working and I couldn't get updates to it, which is really one of the reasons why this video started. Then I had a look at my iPad and my iPad's also stopped working, so that was a bit crazy. This beast is still working, but it's too big to use in certain playing situations. And so what I ended up doing is getting myself another tablet, these being, as it were, sort of redundant. And this one is on that sort of scale, larger, and this is it here. I use mobile sheets on Android machines, and I have been using Music Binder on the Mac iOS devices. However, Music Binder is out of date and isn't being updated, and Mobile Sheets is, and that's now available across all platforms. So I've been using Mobile Sheets. So that's it for this week. Thanks again for visiting. Like and subscribe if you would please, and tell people about it if you find it interesting, and leave a comment or drop me a line and tell me how you think I'm doing and what I should do differently. It's a bit of a very steep learning curve making myself do this each week, and I'm still enjoying the pressure of needing to put something out there. So as long as somebody looks at this, I'm conscious that I need to make sure that I drive forward. So although the videos are quite short, what I'm doing between the weeks is quite a lot of stuff. Anyway, take care. Goodbye.